Let's say that I'm pretty inexperienced when it comes to using MLA or the Modern Language Association's style of citing sources, and I think the best place to go for answers when I have questions about how to cite something would be their handbook, which I'm sure there are copies of in the library. There are also other grammar sort of handbooks that contain a lot of information about citing sources, a prominent one by Diane Hacker. So if you go into the Writing Center and just look at the tables, there'll be a lot of these sorts of manuals lying around. But I also can find some things online. And so just to start with the basics, here I am on our course website. I have a link to Purdue's online writing lab. Purdue is a university in Indiana, and I could also just type in Purdue OWL into Google and get to the site as well. And here's what it looks like, with lots of resources that, depending on how into my learning I am, I might pursue lots of other knowledge. But I'm going to go to MLA Formatting and Style Guide. Maybe I don't even know what my paper should look like, and if I jot down here, I can see an example of a first page which has a header, last name, first name, and then here's what the heading looks like. If this were my class, I might like to know what assignment it was. For example, the SPN first draft or the SPN final draft. But I'm going to quote a book or an article, and I don't know how to do that. And so I'm going to come down here, and here is in-text citation, the basics. And so here we have an example sentence. This is in your paper, say. Human beings have been described as symbol-using animals. In quotes are symbol-using animals because that comes right from the text, and Burke is the author, and 3 is the page number that this symbol-using animals was taken from. Notice that there is no period after animals. That's a little unusual if you're not used to it. Parentheses, this is the parenthetical citation. Parenthetical just meaning that parentheses are used. And then the period comes at the end. And so then later at the end of the paper there would be a works cited page, and on that works cited page, alphabetized by author's last name, we have Burke, author's last name, comma, first name, Kenneth. This also happens to be a book. There it is. And Berkeley is the city that it was published in California. There's a colon, and then the publisher, University of California P, comma, and the year it was published, 1966. And so let me add one more little variation. And I'm going to go to in-text citations author page style, and this will show what if you're going to use the author's name. Oh, there's a couple different examples. So this is again, pretend this is in your paper. Wordsworth stated that romantic poetry was marked by a spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. Why are these words in quotes? Because they were taken directly from the text, and we have no period there, and the parenthetical citation, which gives the page number only because Wordsworth's name has been used to introduce the quote. This was off of page 263. If I go to the works cited page, I better see this entry. Last name, comma, first name, title of the book, Lyrical Ballads. London is the city of publication. Oxford UP is the publisher, comma, the year of publication, 1967. And so here's 3 ways that the writer may have chosen to correctly include the citation. Romantic poetry is characterized by the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. The writer did not use Wordsworth's name, and so Wordsworth is given in the parenthetical citation along with the page number. And then here's a paraphrase. Wordsworth extensively explored the role of emotion in the creative process. The writer has paraphrased Wordsworth's words and not directly quoted them, and so there are no quotes, but still he or she has taken the idea from Wordsworth and so is giving Wordsworth the credit of the page number. All 3 of these have the same entry in the works cited page. So the Purdue OWL Cite is a way that you can begin to cite things correctly in your papers, and then eventually, probably, the more sophisticated you get, the more you'll want to go to something like some sort of handbook. I do want to pause and say, I think once you start citing web pages, you're immediately inviting less credible sources. This is not always true. There's lots of, for example, this is, if I go up to the top here, this is a .edu source, which is often, much more credible, or a .org, or a .gov. Those might be sites that you would maybe somewhat commonly cite. And on the other hand, I very rarely, in the scholarly publications that I read, encounter people citing web pages. Maybe this will change, but even as I began to try to look up how to cite a web page here at the Purdue OWL, I found some problems. I thought they did a pretty good example of showing how in the Works Cited page a website should be cited, but I was confused about the way that they went from the in-text citation to the Works Cited page. So it's problematic, and that'll be something for a different tutorial.